Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, Indiana is under attack. And our governor, Mike Pence, who stood up for the rights of religious freedom, is now being tarred and feathered by the NCAA and many other organizations, including corporations and left-wing leaning lobbyists, falsely attacking this man for standing up for the rights of Christians and Jews and any other religion in America, not limited to those two. It's amazing that they're the only two, though, that are fighting for the rights. I think it's because many of the other religions are getting rights. They don't, just give to them, while Christians and Jews feel an assault against their religious freedoms in this country. Let me, don't you dare get upset. Wait a minute. Let me finish the article. Let's calm down. Here's what really took place. The nation's latest legislative battle over religious freedom and gay rights. Gay rights is nowhere in this bill. Sexual orientation is nowhere in this bill. This is all about religious freedoms. Has nothing to do with the gay right agenda. But they are the ones that are screaming the loudest. It's amazing to me. This is an atheistic New World Order approach to stop your freedoms of religion, your rights to express your freedoms if you own a business. If people own a business, let them run their business. If the way they run their business is offensive, people won't come. If I got Paul Begley hamburger stand and I'm flipping hamburgers singing Amazing Grace, how sweet. If that offends you, don't come to my hamburger stand. The nation's latest legislation. I'm going to read, this is USA Today. I'm going to try not to overreact. The nation's latest legislative battle over religious freedom and gay rights came to a close Thursday when Indiana Governor Mike Pence signed a controversial religious freedom bill. Since when? Since when is being a Christian controversial in America? But you know what? I made a phone call the other night and I talked to Jerry and Mary, and they live in Hazard, Kentucky, or over there close to Hazard, Kentucky. And they're up in their 70s, been Christians 45 years. And he said to me, I love watching your shows every day. We never get in a chat room, but we're there at your website watching every day. But he said, I want you to know something, Pastor Begley. When President Obama said this is no longer a Christian nation, if he's the commander-in-chief and made that proclamation, there isn't then that will be the agenda. That will be the flavor for the nation. That set the benchmark. He is the president, whether you like it or not. He said, and Jerry certainly hates it. But he was sending me a message. You have to understand, they're changing the laws. They're fighting us. And I said, you're right. As much even though I'm a Christian, I have to admit they're changing the laws. Well, let me go on here. Governor Mike Pence, his actions followed 2 days of intense pressure from opponents, including technology companies, executives, and convention organizers who feared that this measure could allow discrimination, particularly against gays and lesbians. Mike Pence and leaders of the Republican-controlled General Assembly in Indiana called those concerns a misunderstanding. This bill is not about discrimination, said Pence. And if I thought that it was legalizing discrimination, I would have vetoed it. It's not about discrimination. It's protecting the rights for religious freedoms. Since when can't they have rights? Why are we the ones that says that offends me? People see a cross, that offends me. I'm offended by a Bible. I'm offended about prayer. I'm offended at the Gideons. I'm offended at Pastor Begley. I'm offended. All right, so maybe I need some rights that gives me a right to still express my religious faith here in America, the good old US of A. Since I've had 3 sons serve in the military, one fight for a year in Afghanistan, one currently serving now. I mean, I think we've paid our taxes and we have a right, I think, in this country. I'm an American citizen. Not like some folks. I actually was born in this country. This bill is not about discrimination. Pence said, and if I thought it was legalizing discrimination, I would have vetoed it. Senate Bill 101 prohibits state or local governments from substantially burdening a person's ability to exercise their religion, unless the government can show that it has a compelling interest and that the action is the least restrictive means of achieving it. This bill goes into effect July 1st. All right, now, folks, coming up is the Final Four for the NCAA basketball tournament. And there's already, the NCAA is saying, we're going to take a strong look at this. We're not sure. I mean, the tournament's going to go on, but in other words, they're threatening to pull the headquarters of the NCAA out of Indianapolis. No longer schedule sporting events from the tournament there. You got to know the NFL's looking at it with the Super Bowl at Lucas. I mean, there's a lot. Indianapolis is a great sports city and brings in a ton of money into that community. Mike Pence was not signing a bill to hurt Indiana. This had nothing to do with sexual orientation. These guys are making a mountain out of a molehill. These guys are trying to force a fight over something that's not even a fight. All he's doing is saying, if there's a Christian who's a Christian and he wants to run his business and make decisions based on his faith, leave him alone. If what I do as a Christian doesn't work and I go bankrupt, then I'm out of business. But if people love it and they flock here like Chick-fil-A and they flock to it like Hobby Lobby, then leave us alone. We've got a market. You see what I'm saying? So, wow. Somebody pray for Indiana. Somebody stand up for Indiana. And God bless Governor Mike Pence. And you want to know something? Can I just show you this? Maybe I can let you see it. I hope that comes in clear. It don't. Anyway, he may just run for president of the United States. I don't know. Maybe is he the perfect governor? No. But on this case, he was right. All he was doing was sticking up for our religious freedoms. I mean, we're watching them being shredded every day in America. Pray for America. We're living in the last days. Are you saved? You need to give your life to Jesus Christ. If you like my channel, you can keep watching my channel. I'm expressing my religious views and giving my best to show you what's going on in the world. If you don't like my channel, of course, you can always go to another one. That's the American way. It always has been. Leave it alone.